The Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. Are these still a valid pickup in 2025, or should you wait for the new Oakley models that are dropping today on July 11th? Now, first things first, if you don't know what these are smart glasses from Ray-Ban and Meta, who own Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, etc. Now, these cameras have a few different functions that they can do. Obviously, at their very base, they are a pair of sunglasses. They will block the sun from your face. Now, I personally class these glasses as a bit of a jack of all trades, master of none. Do I think they're the best sunglasses in the world? No, particularly with the lenses that I have, which I'll talk about a little bit later on. But not only are they glasses, they are also a pair of headphones. They have speakers built into the arms of both sides, which can play directional music direct into your ears. Now, are they better than a pair of normal earphones like AirPods or any other kind of wireless headphones? No. The AirPods do definitely have better quality, but you can't beat the convenience factor of only having to carry a pair of glasses with you and still being able to play music, as well as take phone calls directly through the glasses. Now, the main reason that people buy these glasses is for the built-in camera. So on the left side here, you have a camera lens, and on the right side, you have a LED indicator, which will indicate when you are taking a photo or when you're taking a video, so that strangers in public know that they are being recorded. Is it a better camera than pulling out your iPhone? No, absolutely not. But again, the convenience factor, you can just tap the button on the side, it will take a photo immediately, and it's far quicker than pulling your phone out of your pocket, unlocking it, opening the camera app, lining up the shot. I could take 10 photos in the time it would take me to take one with my iPhone. And last but not least, they do also have Meta AI built in. Now, is Meta AI the best AI out there? Not by a long shot. Gemini and ChatGPT absolutely obliterate Meta AI, and while it is very good for simple tasks, you can ask it to set a timer or an alarm, etc., and it will play the sound through the speakers. It can't really do many complicated things. You could probably ask it a complicated question, the same question, 5 times, and you'll probably get 5 different answers. But it does also have some useful features. It can remember things for you. So if you are wearing these glasses and you're staying in a hotel room, you can ask the glasses to look at the room number on the door while you're looking at it. It will use the camera to read the number, and you can ask it to save it for you for later on. If you then come back to your hotel later and you can't remember what room you're in, you can say, "Hey Meta, remind me of the number that was on the door earlier," and it will tell you the room number you were in. As good as these glasses are with what they can do, they don't come without their drawbacks, just like everything else. First of all is the comfortability of these glasses. They are a lot heavier than regular sunglasses. They're not heavy. You can wear them and your face isn't going to hurt after a long time. But due to them being heavy, if you are wearing them in hot weather, from what my experience is, I do get a lot sweatier wearing them, particularly behind my ears, in comparison to wearing a regular pair of sunglasses, which are a lot lighter. The next biggest drawback is the battery life, and it's quoted for 4 hours from Meta, and that's with a solid amount of usage. But the real world experience is you're going to get far less than that. For example, I took a walk to the shop the other day, and it was about a 40-minute round trip. I had music playing the entire time, and I probably recorded about 4 minutes worth of video footage at that time. And by the time I come back, they were at about 65%, so I'd done about 35% of the battery within that sort of 40-45 minute period. If you were to be doing a lot more intense usage, taking a lot more videos and photos than I was, you'll probably burn through that a lot faster, and you could probably easily get through these glasses in under 2 hours. Now, using the glasses is super simple and the setup process is super easy. When they arrive, you have to pull a tab on the inside of this case and it will automatically enter into pairing mode. Once you open the Meta AI app, it will appear and you pair it, and it's as simple as that. Now, the app is very good, it's very clean, there's not a lot to it, so there's not really much that can go wrong. It's where you'll go to import all of your footage and photos when you're done recording. So you'll have your gallery in there, everything you've taken a photo of and recorded will be there. You can set it up to auto import to your camera roll as soon as the glasses are put back in the charging case, which is personally how I have it. And you can also change all of the settings in the app as well. There are some things that you cannot change. So for example, the camera is limited to 1080p 30 FPS in a vertical format only. There is no way to shoot horizontal or increase the quality. You do also have some settings regarding the Meta AI, such as changing the voice. There are a few funny AI generated voices on there. You can have John Cena be your AI assistant, for example, which sounds a little bit funny, and you can definitely tell it's AI generated, and it just sounds a bit weird at times, so I personally don't use it, but it's good for a laugh. But the important question is, how do these compare to the Oakley glasses? Obviously, the biggest difference is how they look, and personally, I'm a bigger fan of the Oakleys, which are based on the house done frames. So the release date for the Oakleys is actually today for a limited edition model only. However, it's 1:55 in the afternoon, and they're still not available to purchase, and neither Meta or Oakley have said anything about this. The next biggest change is the camera. So as I mentioned, this camera can only record in 1080p up to 30 frames per second. The Oakleys will come with an upgraded camera, which will now allow you to film in 3K resolution and just capture that extra detail. And the biggest and most sought after change with the Oakleys is an increase in battery life. So as I mentioned, these are quoted for 4 hours from Meta. The new quoted battery on the Oakleys will be 8 hours instead. So with an intense usage, I think we'll be lucky to get 4, 5, 6 hours, and I think people will be generally happy about that. It's not to say that the battery life on these is inherently terrible. Obviously, if you are using them a lot, you will drain through it very quickly, but you can easily just put these on, and if you're not listening to music all day and you're not taking constant photos and videos, you can definitely get the 4 hours out of these, if not maybe even more if you're really conservative. So I think the 8 hours on the Oakley will be a greatly accepted upgrade. It's probably going to allow most people to keep them on for an entire day if they need to. And the final upgrade, which Meta are claiming, is that the new Oakleys are actually waterproof. They do come with an IPX4 water resistance rating, which is not actually an upgrade over the Ray-Bans. A lot of people are saying that the Ray-Bans are not waterproof currently, but these do have the same IPX4 water resistance as the Oakleys, so I'm not sure why it's being advertised as an upgrade when it's actually the same. Now, with those upgraded features is naturally going to come an increase in price. So here in the UK, these Ray-Ban Metas start at a cost of £299 for a fixed color lens. So that could be clear or solid green or whatever offerings they may do. You can opt to pay a little bit more. I believe it's $339 or $329 for polarized lenses. And if you went for the lenses that I have, which are the transitional lenses, you're looking at £379. How these transition lenses work is inside they are clear, but when you step out into the sun, they do then tint into the color that they are chosen. So these tint into a green color. The Oakley Metas, starting from the limited edition model today, have a price of £499, and that's the only one that you can purchase. There is no customization to that. The full range is coming later in the summer, and they will start from £399, presumably with the same upgrades to polarized lenses and transition lenses. If they're following the same pricing structure as the Ray-Bans, we can expect to see the polarized lenses for either $429 or $439, with transitional lenses at $479, which means you're paying about £100 more for the upgraded battery life and the higher resolution camera. Do I think this is personally a worthwhile upgrade? I think it's going to come down to your personal use cases. Not many people are going to have their sunglasses on for 4 hours or longer at a time, unless you're on holiday and you're at the beach all day. Therefore, making that battery upgrade non-essential, though it is appreciated, but there will be some cases where people will have their glasses on all day, and they will reap the rewards of having that larger battery. As for the upgrade to the cameras, personally, I think these cameras look great for what they are. It's a pair of glasses. They're never going to be the best cameras in the world. Your phone is always going to be better than any other camera. But for 1080p 30 FPS for social media, they look great. And not to forget that most social media platforms will compress any footage down to 1080p anyway, so the 3K resolution, while it may capture more detail, might not always be translated to the footage you're going to post online. So I don't think it is essential. As I say, these do look great. Until I get my hands on the Oakleys when they do come out, it's going to be hard to confirm for sure, but just based off the test footage that Meta have released, I don't think the upgrade is that big in terms of the quality. That being said, if you like the look of the Ray-Bans and you think you can survive with the 4-hour battery life and a 1080p camera, absolutely go ahead and buy these. If you think you're really going to need the extra battery life and the 3K resolution, obviously go with the Oakleys, but they are going to come with a higher price tag. So if you are looking to save money, the Ray-Bans would be my bet. Obviously there is going to be a preference in design as well. For me personally, I think the Oakleys look better. The Ray-Bans do come in a few different designs. This is not their only option, but I still think the Oakleys look better than any of the ones that the Ray-Bans do. That ends my comparison for the Ray-Ban and the Oakley Meta glasses. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and make sure you drop a subscribe. I will be doing a review of the Oakley Meta glasses when I get my hands on them in the next week or two, so stay tuned to see that. Thanks for watching, see you later.